In this video, you're going to see a fun trip I had with George Layton. He's an Insider Club member. Everybody knows him. He's super active in the community. We were fishing fall trends, using lures, catching a bunch of fish. Caught a lot of redfish, plus some snook, and I even caught a mangrove shockingly far back. But check out this video. You'll see some tips on fall fishing. Let's get started. So first was using topwater. This is a great time to get some fun topwater strikes. George just missed a strike right there. Followed it up all the way to the boat. And here in a second, if you watch toward that second point, a snook skyrockets off to my moonwalker. Here was the first fish of the day.
Like
oh, there we are.
Oh, got him?
Yeah.
All right.
I think skyrocketed after it. That was cool.
Son. Way to go.
All right, a little topwater snook to start the morning off right. Heck yeah. So this is a little bit later. The sun is now starting to get up. We're starting to see the sun and we're starting to have shadows. This is the point where topwater is going to be less effective. And so instead of the topwater with rattles, I switched to this new prototype that doesn't have rattles. And this is where I got onto my second snook of the day. Not a giant one, but still a lot of fun. And I was a little bit stubborn. I kept using my topwater, and hats off to George here, as I forgot I was using the prototype lure. There's literally only two in the world. And I got a little aggressive with the cast and got stuck way back in the mangroves, and George was nice enough to go back in the jungle to get it. So thank you, George. We saved 50% of the that lure's population. So after we got all those woods, I decided to make the smarter play and use the mulligan on the Haas Helix hook to be weedless and to be subsurface, and that was the ticket. Oh, there we are. There's a nicer fish. This might be red here. Oh, that's a beautiful red too.
Fred.
Nice.
Red on a Fred. Nice work, Luke. About 26.
26er. So that redfish hit the Fred mulligan. I decided to switch to gold digger to see how that would do. In the meantime, George hooks up with Slam Shady. Look like a red. Nice catch.
Thank
you. That was awesome.
That'll work.
Heck yeah. Wow, that'd be a good. That'd be a good tournament fish there, right at 27. So I switched over to gold digger just to test it out, and so they're not very color shy today. Come on there, little buddy. Oh, quick release.
Professional release.
So here's a quick tip on how to get a double while in the fall. Right, redfish are often in groups. So George at the front is hooked onto a fish. You can see it splash. I made a cast in that area, hoping that there'd be some other ones with it. Just made a cast out there, doing a normal retrieve, just trying to make sure I kept out of George's way and fish on. Oh, there we are. Nice. Double. Gotta love it. Mine's nice. See a good wake on mine. Nice. This is a good fish here.
Yeah, you're bigger than mine, man.
Ooh, love that noise.
Yeah, buddy.
So basically that mulligan profile is getting the job done. Yeah, that's by far my favorite for the shallow grass. Those Haas hooks, it's just weedless.
Oh, that Haas Helix, man.
Yeah, it has.
That's what we needed, was a wider gap hook.
Yep.
A lot of fish on that trout eye, but gotta have that. Gotta have the gap.
Yeah, for around here, that weedless is crucial. All right, there we are.
Oh, nice red.
Solid fish.
There you go, Luke.
That's
very nice.
That one's probably a little bit over slot. So that one is about 29.
29.
All right, there it goes. Well, that was cool.
Yes, sir. Way to go.
Thing did not mess up the leader at all. Ready for more. So here's the only disappointing part of the day, and this was involving this boat up ahead of us. You can see that boat up there. So we had been fishing down the shoreline for quite a while. The water was calm. As you can see, it's clear and there's no clouds in the sky. So we were having to go slow and be very quiet. And this boat was motoring towards us. They were idling at first, and they were kind of buzzing the shoreline, which isn't the nicest thing to do, especially when fishermen are there. But what was worse is that in a second here, they're going to get up on a plane and then buzz by, like right by us. And so George actually just hooks up. So he hooked up right there. So George is fighting the fish. And these guys, they get on a plane and they literally come within casting distance while we're fishing and while George is up there fighting the fish. So really disappointed to see that that happened. And so hopefully, for all of us who are actually care about our fisheries and fellow fishermen, is that we don't do this to anybody, right? If you see fishermen, make sure to keep a very wide berth. And if you're in an area that's seagrass protection zones, it's important to follow the rules and to not get up on the plane.
That's a pretty one.
Nice work. So shortly after that boat buzzed us, we had to go back in, and so we called it a day at that point. But yeah, what a fun trip. Had that been a tournament, we would have been in really good shape. But we basically had a 27 and one that was a little bit over 26, plus some others that were upper slot. And this trip was really just a testament of just fall fishing. This is my favorite season by far. It is an absolute blast, especially with lures. If you like throwing lures, now, in my opinion, is the best season. And all this activity happened. We left, it was probably about 10:30 or so. So it was just a morning trip. We started off with Topwater. That's just so much fun. And in many cases, especially before the sun's up, it can be the best producer. And we were using the Moonwalker. And then as soon as the sun was up, then we switched over to paddletails. Basically, my favorite for fall, Topwater plus paddletails. I basically do that, early Topwater, then graduate to paddletails once the sun's up. And we're using 3 colors. So George was using the Slam Shady. This is the 4-inch mulligan. And on the 3/0 Haas Helix hook. And my first redfish was on the Fred. I was just seeing if the pink one would do better or worse than Slam Shady. So I caught one on the Fred, and then I switched over to Gold Digger. This one's on the rod right now. And Gold Digger is really just black with some gold specks, and all of them are catching fish. So they really just dialed into the 4-inch size bait fish. And in case you're wondering what equipment we're using, we were both using slot machine rods. This is by far my favorite rod for inshore fishing, especially using lures. Works great for light bait as well. It's a 7.6 medium power rod, fast action, high modulus blank. It's, again, crazy good feel, plus the power to handle good sized fish. We have a 2500 size reel, BGMQ 2500. And then also just 10-pound J braid, 10-pound braid with 20-pound mono leader. That got the job done. These fish are kind of spread out, right? There are schools, but the schools are basically meandering around, so it's really about covering water. And so with this lightweight setup and with these types of lures, you can cast a long distance, you can make mini casts without getting tired, and as you saw that can certainly pay off. And so if you need help with fall fishing, catching redfish, sea trout, snook, or flounder, make sure to join the Insider Club. That's really what we specialize in, is just help make sure that you put yourself in the right spot at the right time, and whether you're using lures or live bait, it doesn't matter. But again, this is a season that is just awesome for lures, and so if you're not yet doing so or not yet comfortable doing so, make sure to join the club. There's a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and then once you're part of it, you get discounts on all the lures, right? You get at least 20% or more discount on all lures. Same thing goes for rods, for lines. The only thing that doesn't have a 20% discount or more are reels, but for reels, you get free line, free spooling of the line, plus free shipping anywhere in the US. So I'll put links down below for both the club to learn more about the club, as well as all the equipment I'm using, just so you can see details on exactly what that is. But yeah, thank you so much for your time and watching. Any questions at all, leave a comment down below. Always love to hear from you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you again soon.